Some books are written for children, but they can even become the favorite of some adults. Poems, illustrations, fantasy, and stories improve in the youngest their vocabulary, reinforces their confidence, feeds their curiosity, and creates deep relationships with their parents. We present you the top 10 of the classic children's books of all time. Number 10. Where the Sidewalk Ends, Shel Silverstein. It's impressive and rewarding to think that a book of poems would become one of the most important classic children's books of all time. Written in 1974 and with an audiobook released as an album in 1983, Where the Sidewalk Ends won the Best Recording for Children award at the Grammy Awards. This collection of songs was sung by the same author, Shel Silverstein. Number 9. The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, C.S. Lewis. It's the best-known book in the Chronicles of Narnia literary series. Published in 1950, this book created a great deal of controversy around it, as many experts affirmed that the story was related to Christianity. This situation was denied by its author C.S. Lewis, but the discussion lasted for many years. Currently, this saga of books has been adapted for a series of very famous children's films. Number 8. The Runaway Bunny, Margaret Wise Brown. Since 1942, the publishing of this book has never stopped. It had an amazing success, becoming one of the favorite readings for children at bedtime. Its importance lies in the way it expresses the real emotions of the first taste of independence of a young child and the affirmation of unconditional love of a mother. One of the most beautiful and loved children's books. Number 7. Stuart Little, E.B. White. It's a novel published in 1945 that impacted the public by the way it represents irony and social criticism through a children's text. Its main character, Stuart Little, a mouse born of human parents, lives adventures where he teaches us that size is not an obstacle to live and fulfill your dreams. A work of literary art that, in 1999, had its own film adaptation. Number 6. The Giving Tree, Shel Silverstein. Another great work of the author Shel Silverstein has a position on this list. The Giving Tree created controversy, different opinions, and even diverse interpretations after its publication in 1964. Experts describe the story as the example of a selfish relationship between a tree and a child. Others claim that it's a story about unconditional love and generosity, while some interpret history in terms of the relationship between the human species and the plant. There is no doubt that it is a story full of unforgettable emotions. Number 5. Oh, the Places You'll Go, Dr. Seuss. One of the many books by the famous author Dr. Seuss, Oh, the Places You'll Go became number 1 on the New York Times best-selling fiction hardcover list and on USA Today's best-selling book list in 1997. The narrator in this story describes a journey full of challenges and landscapes with geometric and polychromatic shapes, with a nameless protagonist that represents all the readers who enjoy his work. Number 4. Where the Wild Things Are, Maurice Sendak. Published in the year 1963, this book was very controversial for being politically incorrect for its time. For many parents, this story could scare their children, but Where the Monsters Live became a classic of universal literature. This book shows the fears and desires of childhood in each monster, like the fear of abandonment, and has been awarded with countless awards around the world. Number 3. Goodnight Moon, Margaret Wise Brown. After its publication in 1947, Goodnight Moon became one of the favorite sleeping books of all children in North America. With a simple story where a rabbit does a before-sleeping ritual, wishing good night to several inanimate and living objects, this book sold more than 800,000 copies, and a total of 48 million accumulated until 2017. Number 2. Charlotte's Web, E.B. White. With more than 45 million copies sold and translated into 23 languages, Charlotte's Web is a classic of children's literature, enjoyed by children and adults. According to experts, the character of Charlotte represents the power of female protagonists and their creativity. Due to its success, audiobooks, animated films, video games, and even a film adaptation have been released. Number 1. The Little Prince, Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. Considered one of the best sellers in the world, with 140 million copies sold worldwide, this masterpiece of literature has been translated into 300 languages and dialects, including Braille and Latin. It's a children's book that deals with deep themes like the meaning of life, loneliness, friendship, love, and loss. It has led to various adaptations over time, including audiobooks, video games, films, ballets, opera works, and even an animated series and an anime. Thank you for watching. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and click that subscribe button. You can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook. We publish content every week for your entertainment. Leave a comment to let us know what you would like to see in our next Top 10.